Well, good morning and welcome to a joyous video of being witness to your own bullshit. I've had two students in and who offer me the opportunity to make this video and declare the truth of the universal curriculum. So I'm grateful I also get to learn through that and to reinforce that learning and become more vigilant and more or less compromising. But I had two students within a week of each other who I both gave little assignments to. One was to wear only saffron and eat no meat, chicken, fish, etc. And this is all virtual, all online. And the other one, I gave a strictly meat diet, like the carnivore diet, I guess, for a period of 30 days. And the one that I gave the carnivore diet to lasted about a week. And the other one with this wearing saffron and whatever, maybe a little longer than that. But I gave those assignments or those disciplines as a way of seeing how much you really want or really value your yes, how much you really value what's being offered, because nothing comes to you unless it's offered from on high, including the idea of a teacher offering you an assignment or something. Every single thing in the physical spectrum is teaching and learning, teaching and learning. There's no relationship you have anywhere without the opportunity to teach and learn. But part of that learning, part of what you're learning and realizing and coming to the understanding and acceptance of is just how full of shit you are, right? Just how undisciplined the mind is, how much lip service you give to everything. You know, it's like Jesus says, either be hot or cold. Don't be in the middle, wishy-washy. Don't be lukewarm. You either want salvation or you don't want salvation. So as a symbolic gesture, the idea of those assignments then is getting to show you in relationship to your yes, I want salvation, or yes, I want forgiveness, I'm willing to accept atonement, etc. Just how much you don't actually want it. You want it on your own terms, not on the terms it's offered. And that's what you have to see, because then you won't trust your own sense. Then it's like when Jesus says in the Course, I don't perceive my own best interests. It's like, I've met so many people that say, yes, I do, that's easy. I know not to do this and I know how to do it. Like, and they've convinced themselves. But it's like your own best interest in relationship to salvation, you know, when he says you're unaware of all the outcomes of your decision making, both based in the past and yet to come in the future. You have no real basis upon which to judge what it is that your decision making is, whether your decision making is valid based upon your own criteria, based upon your own input and your own prompts, which is why you are urged to leave decision making to the Holy Spirit and simply follow your own internal guidance regarding that. You know, it's like I let go and let God. So the first block to the removal, the first block that you have to remove in the blocks to the awareness of love's presence within yourself is block number one, the desire to get rid of peace. Right? And I've seen this in myself. I've had others tell me that they see it in themselves, and it's like the whole process is like, well, you have to see it. You have to see that you don't want peace. And I've had so many people that tell me, I do want peace. I do want peace. God damn it, I want peace. And I really want God. I want to remember my creative source. But it's like, well, no, you don't actually. Jesus is telling you clearly you don't want that. And he's giving you these 4 blocks to look at so that you can become aware of what actually is truly going on in your mind back here, rather than just in the bit that you think you're aware of in the front here. And I'm using the back and the front as symbols to, you know, represent that. But so both students this week got to see that giving their word and saying yes to a specific discipline for a specific period of time, space, etc., doesn't mean a thing. That their word is just nothing more than lip service, right? And in that, seeing that they can't really believe in anything that they say. You know, they can't. They're a liar from the beginning, and you know, once you see it, once you see that you're just full of shit, once you see that all you are is really a big flesh bag full of lip service, then you can more readily accept and become aware, I guess, of the notion that you can't really trust yourself, not in your prayers, not in your daily doings, not in anything. And you'll find that that lip service and that wishy-washy, half-hearted kind of lukewarm attitude or lukewarm operating platform pervades everything in your life, every relationship. It's not just in relationship to wearing saffron or eating meat or what. Everything in the universe is a relationship. If it's in your mind that there's wishy-washiness and half-heartedness and everything else like that, then that is what you are carrying around with you, and it is subliminally affecting everyone and everything around you as an idea of compromising, let's say, your highest integrity or your awareness of your highest integrity as according to you within yourself. You know, once you see how half-hearted you are, you kind of get down on yourself a little bit for a second. And there's no point in that because you're judging yourself for your judgments about yourself. But you always see, oh man, I could do better than that. You know it. You just know you can, because there is this knowing within you that is resolute. It is absolutely uncompromisable. And that's what you're learning to become dependent upon, that absolute truth of yourself. To thyself be true. But first you have to see what the to thyself be false is, so you can make decisions regarding that. Right, so I fall into prayer and I ask for the healing of my mind. I need a miracle, Lord. I'm so wishy-washy. I'm just all lip service. I need integrity here. I need to feel my yes, not just say it. Yes, I'll do that. Yes. Like a dead thing with this mist, this veil over consciousness where it's, you know, it'd be better if I said, you know, wear saffron, don't eat meat, whatever, and you just turn around and said, look, go fuck yourself. I know you're going to fail. Like you wouldn't be in the process of healing if you were already healed. If you were already in the awareness of your actual healed state of mind or your whole state of mind, you wouldn't even be in the process of healing. What's going on, you know? So, because you're in the process of healing, I know you're full of shit. We're all the same. We're all just human. Welcome to the human race. This is what love looks like in the world, is being honest with yourself and learning to love yourself and learning to love even the parts of yourself that you get disappointed in. And it's like, you know, you're not special. Get over it. You're not anything that anybody else isn't. It's like, let's just make the discoveries, undergo the healing, and then move on. You know, it's not tricky. On to the next thing. On to the second block, the belief that the body's valuable for what it can offer. Block 2, you know, I still held up one finger. So anyway, just a short one today. That's all I wanted. I just wanted to put that there, you know, and if you can, you might have to watch this again, but if you can see it, if you can see the lip service and the wishy-washy bullshit, that, you know, and it's like familiarity breeds contempt as well. So it's like the nature of the human mind, the human consciousness is such that by the time it gets to 30 years of age, maybe not even, you've already, you know, even teenagers, they already think they know everything. You can't tell them anything, you know. Oh, I know that already. I already know that. And you confine it or consign it to the bin of I already know that, or I know what I'm doing, or I've got this, you know, like that's the whole thing. I got this, I can do this. Yep, no worries at all. But it's like literally, you have no clue why you're here, what the universe is about, nothing. What are you going to tell me you got a grip on? Salvation is different. Salvation's a whole nother kettle of fish. You got to make that link You got to have that connection with Jesus through the Holy Spirit, with God through the Holy Spirit. It's got to be palpable. You've got to taste it on the tip of your tongue and feel it in the air. It's like the grace of God goes with me everywhere I go, and I feel the stirring of God's strength within me. It's powerful. And you've got to figure that out for yourself by first realizing and figuring out how full of shit you are. I don't want that. Fuck that. I don't want that. I don't want to feel the presence of God within me everywhere, because that voids my dream. That voids my individualism and my personal identity. I just want a better dream. I just want more money and better sex and nicer car and all of that sort of shit. It's like, well, you may or may not get all of that stuff in salvation as well. You will if it's helpful to salvation, to the plan of salvation. But for most of us, there's this kind of rough end of the stick at first anyway, in the beginning, where you realise that you are your own worst enemy and that you're sabotaging your own best interests, and that you actually don't really have a clue what you really want or how to even begin to go about getting it. Into this sort of devoid and hopeless situation, ding, comes A Course in Miracles. And, be about it. Be about the study period. You have to overlearn it to learn it. And at some point, you're going to have to fall on your knees and ask for a miracle for the healing of your mind that believes it is separate from God. And you can swear to me blue in the face that you think you're not separate from God. But hello, if you still have one of these avatars, you're just the same as the rest of us. Dullard. That's what I call one of my students. Like Jesus says that in the Bible about, I forget how he uses the reference now. You're a dullard. He calls somebody, like the brain is dulled, the mind is dulled. Like there's a veil over everything you do. You don't even know it's there. It's like this half-hearted kind of whoop. Even in conversations with people, you're not really listening. You're not really engaging. It's like there's this, and I got to put my finger there. I've seen that about myself. It's like, oh shit. And you have to remind yourself and consciously prompt yourself, shit, listen. I'm listening for the voice for God from my brother. I'm listening for the Holy Spirit in me through my brother, my own guidance, my own information, But you get to see where it is that you just half-hearted, where you don't want it. It's like, and I'm always grateful. I'm always grateful for everybody that gives me the opportunity to see something about myself. And I remember once my teacher, Ted, he was giving a talk, and then somewhere in the talk he said something along the lines of, I hope that you guys take this technology, this spiritual understanding, and go beyond where I'm at with it, and then come back and get me, right? Because there's this realization in him, as it is in me, that on earth, whilst you still have a vessel, healing is not complete. There's still more to do, and you never know what it is. You never know what that's going to look like, but you'll be able to tell by your own disturbance to your own inner peace. I had a good one the other day, showed up for me, personal one, and I haven't had a chance to sit with it just yet. It's there. It's still bugging me. I'm telling myself it's probably going to be massive once I knock the top off, and have a look under the surface how big the iceberg's going to be. But anyway, that's what we're here for. That's what it's to do. So I've got a few things on this week, so I've sort of committed myself to. I had to write out a little calendar actually, because I'm house sitting. I'm taking care of my father, and I'm running two of his businesses. Like, it's out of the park for me. It's a whole new thing for me to be doing all this sort of stuff. But I had to write this little calendar because I kept forgetting things. My mind just stays in the present so much, and people ask me things. Can you do this for me on Friday? Can you do? And I'm like, I just say yes, because like yes is yes, wow, and thank you. And then half the time I forget. So I had to realize that my forgetting was the same as my half-heartedness about saying yes to things. Anyway, so I went and bought myself a little calendar and You know, you do whatever it takes to get there. So next week I've got a few days there. I've got 3 or 4 days where I'm got nothing penned in, and I'm not going to put anything in, and I'm going to sit with the reflection I got the other day and let it take me to that abyss, into the abysmal dark place for the healing of whatever. And I honestly, I have no clue where this one came from. I mean, I never have any clue where they come from, but some people are often surprised when I tell them that I'm still undergoing the process of healing, and it's like, well, of course, you know, we're all here using the flesh vessel. We're all here using the avatar, and I'm here using the flesh vessel and the avatar, and I'm not separate. You know, like in no relationship that I'm in am I ever separate from that notion of teaching and learning, and healing is always shared. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing to see. It's hard to talk about and hard to explain, and I tend to waffle on a bit when I'm making videos like this, because you have to sort of reach out in your mind and explain it to the nth degree and come around back in, you know, and bring everyone to the final conclusion. Otherwise, I get questions going, "What did you mean by this? What was that about that?" So I hope. I hope I'm doing a good job of explaining. But don't be upset to find your shortcomings. All right? Don't be upset to realise how half-hearted you are. And whatever. That's actually a good thing. It's healthy, right? Get into that. It's like, oh shit, there we go. I found one of my personal flaws. I found something that's holding me back. Now, you can't heal it. You can't fix it yourself. You're the one that put it there in the first place. You're the one that decided to be like that and to structure your consciousness around those sort of miscreative thought lines. It's like if you ever seen a jar of alphabet soup and you try to, or you know, spaghetti, and you try to unravel it. It's like, don't even try to unravel that. You'll just make a worse mess. Let the Holy Spirit do it. Right? Let the Holy Spirit put your A to Z back in order, or your spaghetti in straight lines, and you'll feel better about things. Right? I love you. That's it. And I don't think there's anything else. No, we had a great Zoom, actually. There is something else. We had a great Zoom the other day. There was maybe 15, 20 people turned up, and quite a few, you know, 2 or 3 new faces there. Always awesome to see. And tomorrow I'm actually doing a Zoom interview. Someone's asked to interview me for whatever reason that is. It can only be for the greater glory of God, but I've said yes to that and stuff. But if you want to get in on the Zooms, and I highly recommend it, right? Highly recommend it. Down below in the links, you'll find Tyna has posted the, what's it called? Not Snapchat, the group thing, have a chat, something chat, no, maybe not. Telegram, whatever it is. WhatsApp, that's it. There's so many of those things. The WhatsApp group, I think it's a WhatsApp group or a messenger group, and just get in touch with her and she'll send you the link and you can join up. And we're starting, I think next week we're starting one for European time zone, which will be really like in the morning for me, but so be it. I love you. Thank you. Peace to you. Blessings.